starting with the third factor, that is nature of electrode. Now, nature of electrode, what does it mean? It basically means that the electrode that we have selected, is either inert or it is active. And if it is an inert electrode like graphite and platinum, then this factor has no effect on the product formation. That is, then the discharge of the ions will depend only on the first two factors, that is position in the electrochemical series and concentration of ions in the electrolytic mixture. If we take active electrodes like copper, nickel, silver, then these electrodes also has an effect on the product formation. That is, they participate in the reaction. Now, how does this actually proceed? This is not the right, this is not the right thing to be explained now. This part, how they have an effect, this part. They have written how it is having an effect. Example they have given, but at present you are not in position to understand this example. So this I will be teaching you. You can keep it marked. This I will be teaching you when I actually take up the example of aqueous copper sulfate solution with active electrodes and with inert electrodes. So till that time you can keep this part marked, and we will be coming back and you will understand. It's very simple, but at this point of time I won't be able to do justice to this example. Now let's come to the this table. It's given in your book. Let's come to this table. First, let me clear. Now, this is, they are explaining when you use dilute copper sulfate solution. So, how does the reaction proceed? Copper sulfate, it dissociates into cupric ions and sulfate ions, and water, it ionizes into H plus and OH minus. This is the revision which we are doing, and all these examples we have already done in the previous video. Now, so the ions, we have two type of ions which are in competition with each other. So two type of cations are cupric and this hydrogen ion. So who goes first? Now, we know that cupric ions are lower in the electrochemical series, so they travel fast and they get reduced, and they give an observation of reddish brown color deposit of copper atoms. Similarly, out of H plus and OH, out of OH minus and sulfate. Now there are two anions in the system having competition. So OH minus wins the race, and this, remember this reaction I told you, I had written myself and told you that this is the observation that is happening or that is taking place at anode. So here oxygen gas will be evolved. Now if, second example, if you take dilute NaCl, then if you take dilute NaCl, and the second case is concentrated NaCl. So let's see the difference. Now if it is dilute NaCl, then NaCl dissociates Na plus Cl minus, water also ionizes H plus OH minus. Here similar reaction, no difference in the dissociation and ionization products. Now ions migrating, same, Na plus and H plus. Here also ions migrating, Na plus and H plus. Now reaction at cathode, you see reaction at cathode. Now whether you take dilute or concentrated, here only rule number 1 is being followed, that is position in the electrochemical series. Here though you have taken concentrated NaCl and you were expecting sodium to get discharged first, but it does not happen. This I told you in the previous slide, that sometimes theory says something else, but practically it is observed that it is not followed. So here rule number 2, that is factor number 2, should have been followed, but actually it is not followed, because though sodium is in more concentration, still the discharge of H plus is preferred, because sodium is a very active metal and to go to cathode and get reduced is not feasible for it, though it is in more concentration. So here there is no difference in the product at cathode, though it was expected to happen. Clear? Now next come two ions migrating at anode. We have same anions. Now OH will go first, and similar reaction that is happening here, and we have learned this example before also. Similar reaction will happen. Now what happens if you have taken concentrated? Now here normal rule is followed, that the one that is in abundant, factor number 2 is dominating factor number 1. So here Cl minus, though it is higher in the electrochemical series, it should have not gone. But the second factor says that Cl minus is in abundance. So factor number 2 dominates factor number 1. So Cl minus is getting discharged to give an observation of greenish yellow color gas. So this is the difference with concentrated and with dilute. So kindly observe this and remember this. So that will be all for the preferential discharge and selective discharge. And in the next video, we will be starting with the examples. Thank you.